YouTube vinyl community, Saturday looks good to me fans, random people on the internet. My name is Giggens and we're here today to talk about Every Night by Saturday Looks Good to Me, one of my favorite indie pop bands of all time. This was the album that got me into this group. It came out in 2004 and I first heard them in 2005 with the song The Girl's Distracted, which is on this album. And it just caught me off guard with how gorgeous the production was and how sort of chill it was and the magic behind it. It felt like it came from a different dimension. And I was instantly mesmerized by anything about this band. I was like, who are these people? Like, where has this been all my life? Because it's got that 60s flavor, but it sounded like then at the same time, that sort of indie scene at that time, which was a great time for indie music. But this particular pressing I found recently, this is from 2012. Only 500 were printed up. It's on pink vinyl. And I'll show you right now. Let's just jump into that. Look how cool this is. It's awesome. It looks so good. And there's an insert too. So you get a picture of the group and the lyrics in the back. The album opens up with Since You Stole My Heart, and this version is sung by Fred, whereas on the CD version, it's sung by a female vocalist. And I like that you get the two choices there. You get to kind of pick which one's your favorite, but it's fun hearing Fred do it. I never really heard that till I picked up the LP. Actually, I may have heard it on Spotify now that I think about it, but it really hit me playing the album, how different it was with him singing it. But I love the chill, bouncy atmosphere on this one. A fun little song, good saxophones. It really feels like it's from a different dimension where you're kind of like, where has this been all my life? Which, charges right into the next song, Until the World Stops Spinning. And beautiful violins on this one. They really introduced that track so well. I think Betty is the lead singer on this one. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I think that's who's singing this one. Gentle guitar picking throughout, the dryness of the drums. Lyrically, it's another heavy song. No matter what we know, life goes on. No matter what we don't know, no matter what we go through, no matter what stops, life kind of keeps going. It's sort of a confusing feeling throughout this whole track. Keep Walking. I love the fuzziness on this one. The shuffle work and the cymbals. The drums are so much fun on this one. The guitars shimmer. They rock a little bit. A little piece of pop rock perfection on this one. There's a great line. It's so hard to stay in love when you can't trust anyone. Such a good line. Lyrically, this album is absolutely fantastic. All Over Town is the next one on here. A classic tale of don't lie. The magic production on her voice sounds like a transistor radio from the 60s. I love it. The solo is sing-songy, sort of a George Harrison thing. The riff is sprightly and clever. Just a great little pop song. It grabs your ears. It's infectious. It's a powerful combination of 60s meets, early 2000s indie. That spirited energy is just tangible, palpable. You can really feel it, And then track 5, The Girl's Distracted. This is the one that got me into the band, and it's apparently about Fred's sister, but it's a duet, and the incredible moog throughout this thing is wonderful. The string solo is brilliant. It's one of their catchiest songs ever. I love the back and forth on this one. It's what got me into this band. Without this song, I wouldn't be a fan of this band, and I always have a soft spot for it. And then If You Ask, it begins right after the last song ends, and this moody little jammer has an incredible organ lead, quirky drum beat, lyrically another dense and heavy song about heartbreak. But it's one of those moments on the album you're kind of like, man, this album is just pure poetry the whole way through. The lyrics on this thing are absolutely fantastic. We start side 2 off with Empty Room. A wobbly and spacey intro leads to an excellent guitar riff, kind of like New Order's Age of Consent. A song about emptiness, being left alone, or feeling voiceless, like you really don't have a dog in that race. It's a chirpy, happy song with such a heavy kind of feeling. So it reminds me of Pet Sounds in that sense, where so many of the songs on that album are happy songs about sad things, or sad songs about happy things. The kind of the back and forth there. When the party ends, I love the rocking, loud, fuzzy jamming on this one. A stirring, kind of biting song lyrically. It's like a tongue twister the whole way through. It barely takes a breath. It continues to build and build until it sort of like gives up at the end, and it leads into dial tone. The additions to this song are cool. I like how it builds up. It becomes so laser focused on this one. Really cool song. And then We Can't Work It Out, which is a great little title there. Again, this one reads like poetry. The bass line that follows the lead vocal is fantastic. A really reflective song about letting out kind of like a heavy sigh and a bunch of rolling eyes. Another dense relationship type of song, but the sleigh bells and the strings complement each other so well. Lift Me Up, it definitely feels like A Town Called Malice by The Jam. I love her vocal delivery on this one. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. Really cute, catchy song. The magic in her voice is just ear candy on this one. That line, baby, baby, you make me so nervous. I love the way that's delivered. This is an excellent, excellent track. And the last song on here, When You Get to New York, is one of my favorite sets of lyrics on the album as well. I just want to read some because they're just so freaking good. The storytelling on this is unbelievable, but like for instance, tell me a story or tell me a secret. It don't have to be nothing new. Just hold on to me while we walk through the leaves if you want to. Because I want to know, what do you tell yourself? What do you tell the darkness that stays in your room? What do you see at night? When all of last year's lights are no longer of interest to you, what do you hold on to? I mean, like, that's so Dylan-esque. It's a wonderful description of figuring things out. I mean, it's a beautiful song about life. It's delicate and moving, and it's almost delivered slightly John Sebastian-esque. But I just love the pain and the remembering and the delivery. It feels so real, like it was just a real thing that happened. So I adore this album. I'm so happy to finally have it on vinyl. Do yourself a favor and listen to it. If you're a fan of 60s music and early 2000s indie, you can't go wrong with this thing. It's so good the whole way through. Not a bad song in the bunch. 9 out of 10 for me. Easily 9 out of 10. I love this thing. So stoked to finally be able to talk about it. That's it. 9 out of 10. Saturday looks good to me every night. My name is Giggens. This has been Saturday Looks Good to Me. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.